And my game capture nearly broke. Wonderful. Anyway, yes, game number 1, WB versus UMA. Here we go. Green team for this game going to be WB, and they're going to be running Ohio, St. Vincent, Stalingrad, Minotaur, Goliath, Marseille, Vampire 2, and a Kleber. What have you got for their opponents?
We have in Ohio a GK, a Des Moines, a Salem, Moskva, Stalin, Shimmer, Z42 of all things, and a Kleber.
Z42. Z52. Wait, 42. Yes, that's a Z42,
42.
not a 52. It's the new one, which we just, like, you know, we haven't really talked about. It wasn't in the previous iteration of King of the Sea. It's now a newly available ship. Combines high DPM with AP ammunition and also a smokescreen hydro combination similar to the Z52. However, in exchange, you lose out on quite a bit of torp power.
It has a weird hybrid spec, actually. It runs the 1-point and 2-point torpedo skill while running reload mod as well, so that's an interesting spec.
Let's take a look at some of these builds, if there's anything particularly spicy. That's a range mod Goliath. That's a DCP mod outnumbered Marseille. We have a St. Vincent here, who is running Brisk, because Henning loves Brisk. Henning's favourite is Brisk.
To be fair, in competitive it makes sense.
We have an Ohio... Sorry, we have a Minotaur with radar mod. He is also going to be running... Yeah, it's a radar Minotaur. We have this Ohio here, running pretty much full tank. Yeah. I love being able to see that. The build viewer is such a cool mod, isn't it? Marseille.
Oh my god.
What have you seen?
I have some spicy builds on my team.
That's a leg mod Kleber, by the way. Just pointing that one out. Shimakaze here, running pretty standard build. Actually, Shimakaze's chosen to run the rudder mod rather than the engine mod in that slot. But yes, let's go look at the spicy builds. What have you found that's spicy?
So the first spicy build is Stalingrad not running Concealment Expert, which... interesting choice. So you're gonna get spotted from the moon, basically.
Wait,
instead,
Stalingrad?
Yes.
Oh right, yes, he is. Yes, yes.
They are running like DPM build, and he's not the only one. The Des Moines also doesn't have Concealment Expert.
That's some bold decision making.
Yep. The Ohio does not come with fire prevention, instead running Furious.
The Grosser Kurfürst is not running any of the 3 expected 4-point talents.
Oh, the GK is running secondary spec.
Yeah, he is.
He even has secondary...
No concealment. No...
Even slot 6 is the secondary module, so...
He's going full ham.
He wants to run it down. Alright, let's have a look what's happening here at B, by the way.
Initial deployments. Green team sending over the A cap. We have Goliath, St. Vincent already pre-kited. Minotaur heading down to the 1-line. B cap, we have the Vampire 2, who's going to be exchanging Hydros with the Z42. C cap, it looks like their strong side push. They have Kleber already in the cap, along with the Marseilles, and their Stalingrad, Ohio combination following up with that. What do you have for the red deployment?
We have a Z42 that's sitting in B, hydroing. Pretty much as expected, if I'm being honest. Yeah. The Shimmer's trying to contest A here. He's not being contested in return, so it's basically just a free cap. And we have a Kleber currently in kiting position below C. The Star and Moskva are hugging the same island, just on different sides.
And also simultaneously radaring.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have anything in range there.
They don't, unfortunately. I just want to point out, this new cap layout at C, this is not the cap layout that you would experience in random battles. B cap layout is much smaller. C cap is moved away from this main island into the center slightly. And then over at A cap, that island has been shrunk in size as well, which means that you have to expose yourself a lot more to be able to put any sort of, be able to attempt to capture. Smokescreen was laid down by the Shimakaze. We'll be screening this Kurfürst slightly, but he is shooting in the open. And he's pushing into Goliath Vincent, which doesn't sound like a very fun thing to be pushing into.
Yeah, he does not want to push into that. He's going to die extremely fast, especially since he's not running fire prevention or basics of survivability.
Yeah. So, anything in particular you want to talk about? It's pretty passive right now.
Expected plays here. We expect WB to make plays around the 10 line or around 60 in general, because they definitely have the advantage there. Meanwhile, B is pretty much locked down right now. The Vampire has absolutely no reason to ever move. However, the Vampire does have to pay attention that as soon as his Hydro is down, he doesn't get rushed by anything. Because his support is extremely limited.
I want to have a quick look at the two DDs here and their builds. They are both running their Hydra mod, so they're both going to be running the extended duration. The Vampire's Hydra is about to go down now, and the Zed still has another few seconds of Hydro. The Z42 did take a bit of chip damage there from a long-ranged Ohio shot, exposed himself a little bit too much, but he still has lockdown on the on the Vampire for a little bit longer. So Vampire is now currently panicking. Des Moines is pushing up very aggressively. Conde Gaspar there, pushing up towards the island next to B. That'll be a very nice little spot to start farming out the Goliath, Minotaur, and Vincent, if you can get vision on those.
You say pushing, but he's traversing towards that island.
Oh, sorry. I can't tell that he was backwards. It's fine. But he is going to have a nice little surprise if that Vampire ever wants to move out from that island. He's going to be like, hi! Henning?
Yes?
That's a spotter plane Des Moines. Moving swiftly onwards, back over at the C cap, we have two Marseilles and a Kleber running it down. They're going to have some nice farming potential on this Moskva, Ohio. So that's not a fun experience for the Moskva. He's going to, like, if they can focus their fire on that Moskva, he's going to burn down incredibly quickly.
Give me a second. I need to, like, mark down that I have to give you a sub. What the fuck? So, spotter plane Des Moines is questionable at best.
Yes, it is. Personally, I would much more prefer to have the access to the radar. If you want longer range on your Des Moines, you should probably, like, you know, run. I'm not gonna recommend range mod, but yes, he is running leg mod. No, I don't.
Do they have, like, a special idea with this guy? Because right now he's just sitting there doing nothing.
Honestly, a while back, right, they changed it so Des Moines automatically mounts radar. I mean, I think they did that, right? Question mark? Or it might just be, oh crap, this is a press account, I forgot to switch my consumable.
Meanwhile, on the 910 line, the Great March has begun, and the Ohio is experiencing double Marseille. Just spamming you.
Yeah, honestly, Marseille fire chance is nothing to joke about. The Ohio's already down to half HP. He does have a lot of healing potential left in the bank, though. Have you seen this white bar on his health bar? That's how much he's actually able to heal, because he still has 3 charges of his heal left. He's currently not got Damacon, but that's back up soon. Is that? That's a no fire prevention Ohio, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no fire prevention, which is really, really bad. He was suffering from a double fire right there.
Yeah. The WP push is going on. We've seen that Ohio's getting another shot out towards this.
I don't think this Ohio is gonna, like, realistically speaking, I don't think this Ohio is gonna live, because the Kleber is just spotting him forever, and the Marseilles have more than enough range to just keep farming.
Speaking of being spotted forever, this Z42 is currently hydroed again, and the Ohio keeps getting long range shots on him, and the Z42 is down at 25% HP, and he doesn't have.
He's trying to leave now, but there's no way he can.
If you try to leave, the Vampire comes out and kills you. Yeah, so Z42 should be going down here. Vampire gonna be over here. Vampire gonna take a lot of damage for that, but he's alright. He's gonna get out of there.
It's absolutely worth it. They have no ship to contest him, really, as soon as he goes back to that island. Meanwhile, Ohio now suffering from a permafire. Yeah, very expected.
He's suffering.
It's only one. There might be another one coming soon, though.
I mean, he's still spotted, and he still has 2 Marseilles raining shells down upon him, so yes, that's very much a possibility.
Yeah, the Qualifiers are being a bit more careful. There is Stalin and Moskva radar around the corner.
The A push for...
Maybe he lives.
So, I just want to point out, like, A side was Ume's strong point here, in theory, and they haven't managed to make any ground at all because of that kiting Goliath in Vincent. And this Minotaur, I don't think has actually been spotted all game.
The Minotaur hasn't done anything, and the Ohio actually dies. Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio gonna burn down over here.
Hardly punished for not running fire prevention there. Like, you just can't do that.
Yeah, look, the secondaries of an Ohio are strong, but you do not want to focus your entire build upon them, especially not at the price of fire prevention. Fire prevention is the #1 skill on any battleship that isn't Schlieffen.
I think he was running Furious.
I don't think he was running Furious. I think he was running
he was.
Secondary.
I think he was. Yes. Which is like the weird part.
Builds are usually tailored to the person, but sometimes we can have objective opinions that we don't agree with. The Quagsire is now hard spotted in front of the Ohio. Not sure what he's going to be able to do. I do appreciate the Quagsire's name though. He's a fan of the Zors.
Why is it? Fair enough. Yeah, the problem is UMA has no place left. They let themselves get enveloped from C. Yeah. They rotated all their forces from A to C, A to below B as well, without actually contesting B. So I'm not really sure what they expect, what's gonna happen here, because WB doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah, the WB, if things stay standing, will win in 2 minutes and 23 seconds.
WB doesn't even need B anymore.
No, but they're still contesting it, because why not at this point? You just outspot the Quagsire. Look at this high smoke hydro combination now. Actually, he doesn't have the hydro ready, and he's not slowing down fast.
There's a way down range. Oh no, the way down is actually on cooldown. 60 seconds on the star level.
The vampire chose to, instead of sitting in his smoke to fully accelerate out, he's still spotted.
Yes, nice. Okay.
Okay, Quagsire picks up the kill. Quagsire can now take this cap completely for free, unless there's somebody with a salvo looking at him.
As soon as he gets raided, he dies.
There's no Ohio. There's no Ohio.
Yeah, okay. So it's a trade which favors WB because they're ahead.
And they have nothing to get back into B cap now, so B cap is now once again going to be fully taking in their favor. Radar comes out from the Stalingrad. We'll be finding the location of the pushing Ohio as well as the Quagsire, and also going to be picking up. No, he's not going to pick up the Marseille because they're sitting still. Honestly, these Marseilles could be a lot further forward, I think, but it's.
They don't have to.
They don't have to, but they could. They could win harder.
Honestly, this is the difference between competitive teams and randoms. People don't just try to win harder if they don't have to.
I don't know, like, I saw a Moskva from a very high-level team once turning back into C-Cap on Land of Fire and dying and losing the game.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah. Stalingrad, low HP, being burned out by the St. Vincent. Honestly, this is like 1 minute 13 left on the clock. There are no plays available. The GK trying to make a desperate mad dash back towards the B-Cap, but he's turning away from it, actually.
There's nothing they can do.
There is no kill potential on the board here at all for the red team.
I'm also not really sure what the plan for UMA was in this game.
Neither, actually.
They just sat below A, they sat below B, and they were kiting on C, giving WB all the map control there, and WB just exploited that.
Yeah.
It was just a very passive game from UMA, and that just doesn't work.
So, next map, you know, there's not really much else to say about that game. Like, just WB played it well. The Minotaur never got spotted all game. Didn't need to, I guess. But that's the advantage. If your ship is never spotted, like, at all during the entire game, they know you exist. They don't know where you are. They don't know where they can push.
Yeah. It was a weird game for sure.
It was an interesting one. There was some interesting builds in there as well. It was definitely an experiment. Definitely an experience.
Yeah.
Right, so,
but, well, at least the Ohio should have noticed that not running fire prevention is not a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. You might live to regret that one. Right, anyway. Map number 2, gonna be Land of Fire.
Land of Fire.
Global warming is going to be hitting incredibly hard on this map, and we've gone from the frozen wastelands to a land full of volcanoes immediately. So I'm going to throw you on the next map video scene so you can get a little introduction to it, because we didn't get the last one.
At the extreme southern tip of South America lies an archipelago rich in history and diversity. Soon, these storied waters will play host to a heroic clash between opposing forces, and the region will live up to its name. This is Land of Fire. Land of Fire is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the left, B is in the center, and C is on the right. To the west, the island in the center of Capture Area A makes it a challenging cap to acquire early. Teams commonly park a radar cruiser in the cap to push away enemy destroyers while preventing the other team from capturing the zone. Cap B in the center is wide open with plenty of ways in and out, and is initially the purview of competing destroyers. If combat shifts to an east-west axis, it's common to see some spectacular mid- and late-game pushes through the center of the map. On the right, Cap C and the islands to the east make it a tempting target for teams looking for early cap points. But the teams who invest too much firepower along this edge of the map may find themselves at an extreme disadvantage later in the game. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Land of Fire.
500.
Yes.
I'm back. I forgot I set up my thing so it automatically switches to the next map scene when my video ends. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna be talking with Henning during the little break there, and then we're just gonna say something, and you're all gonna hear it and be like, "Shouldn't be saying that, Painzo. Shouldn't be saying that." So,
well, I have not done that.
So right, okay. I need to I don't know what happens if I am still on the back to port screen after a battle and things happen and the start of the next game. I've never actually experimented to see what happens. Right, I can close the Moobot dashboard. I don't need to look at this. King of the Sea matches. You and me.
I didn't even check if Moobot is still alive. Otherwise, like, giveaways might be a little bit of a problem if it doesn't. It's fine.
Teams need to upload their replays. Error on submitting the replay.
Fine.
That sounds like a them issue. Look. So in the background for the last couple of days, I have been I have basically been the go-to help. The stream pack's not working. I've been that guy. I've been the guy that everybody's been going to, and now I'm seeing from players, the replays aren't working. It's like I'm off the fucking clock. This is not my job.
Yep, we are busy.
Yeah, look, I am fully in. I have my own shit to deal with mode. We are in full cuts casting mode. So,
yeah. Did you actually mention the giveaways that are gonna happen between matches?
I mentioned that giveaways are going to happen at points. I have Killabin running giveaways in chat because he's lovely.
Oh yeah, I don't have anyone. I need to do those myself. So.
Right. Twitch chat. Twitch.tv/Quagsire of the Pond is currently taking moderator applications. If you are a person who can be trusted running giveaways, please send him a direct message on Twitch telling him, I can do your giveaways. Give me all the codes. What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
It's nice that Wargaming let non-English speakers like Painzo commentate. Thanks, Wobbly Ron.
It's
Thanks.
fine.
It's fine. Henning, what's your first language?
It's German. But I'm not streaming in German.
Mine's English simplified. Right, so basically... Yes. So we're going to move on to Land of Fire. There's nothing really much more to say about Islands of Ice there. It's pretty much what we said was going to happen at the start. Both teams are going to pick a strong flank, and then whoever pushes first wins. There was some excellent crossfire coming from the Ohio at the sea flank. He got a lot of damage onto that Z42, which I feel was...
I mean, the Z42 was this. The problem with the Z42 position there is that he's stuck there, and if an Ohio, or like any ship ever, pushes up too far, like you just can't block every angle. Goliath and Vincent would have had shots on him if he accelerated even a tinier amount, so he just had to tank it.
Well, the thing is as well, though, is the Z42 has the advantage over the Vampire 2 with Hydro range, because the Z42's Hydro range is 6 kilometers, Vampire's is only 5. There is, in theory, a potential for you to keep the opponent's DD hydroed while you're not hydroed. But, with the cap being that small, I'm not sure how feasible that is.
I think that cap is too small unless you, for some reason, decide to use the island on the right side, but then you're even more exposed from sea, so I don't think you can use that.
I think if the Des Moines was running radar instead of spotter plane, that might have been able to provide some sort of advantage in the situation, but the problem was they had 0 pressure on the opposing DD while their DD was being pressured hard. Ohio was allowed to get into a position where he had a crossfire angle upon the Z42. The Z42 was also too far back. He shouldn't have been allowing himself to get hit that early anyway. But towards the later end of it, when they had pushed all the way down the C flank, there was nothing the Z42 could do. He was screwed at that point. But earlier on, he was taking a little bit more damage than he should have been.
I'm actually not sure if he took more damage than necessary. As I said, I don't think he could have accelerated at all because Goliath Vincent would have had angles. And I would rather take Tank Ohio servos than Vincent Goliath servos.
No, he was like reversed out past the rock.
Okay.
There was angles where you could shot block both, but yeah. Right, so Henning, Land of Fire, your favorite map?
We don't talk about that.
So, what are the general strategies that we're going to see upon the Land of Fire map?
The general I kind of look. Okay, look. The general strategies are jam something into the A cap and block it. Try to not lose the one line so your guy in the A cap can actually like live. Try to contest B. I think this team stopped suiciding Des Moines and Salem's on the big island on the left of B, right? So we're probably not gonna see that anymore, which is tragic, honestly, because it was a great meme.
I don't know, like, it's possible.
But like B is usually contested by like Darings or something like that.
Darings, Minotaurs, potentially Brisbane's?
We haven't seen any Brisbane last game.
No,
fair enough.
It's a new addition to the tournament that we're expecting to see quite a fair lot of, actually.
Yep, especially since Nevsky is banned.
C-cap is generally going to be... Usually on C-cap, you send something fast and French to try and get the early cap, and then it's like, whoever can get control of the 10 line wins that flank. And usually, the only way to gain control of the 10 line is by sending something very aggressively down it. Usually, that would be a Kremlin. Usually with Swift and Silence. Usually, Henning.
Look.
How many times did you ram something on the 10 line of Land of Fire?
I think literally every time I played Land of Fire in competitive. Like,
yeah.
Actually, not every time. Sometimes teams decided to not put something there, or just put something in kiting position there, in which case I didn't, but then we just got 10 line for free and got C, so can't complain.
If you don't commit your battleship to the 10 line and the enemy team do commit their battleship to the 10 line, you lose the 10 line because whatever cruiser you had anchoring there at best can trade, at worst loses and dies, and then you have a battleship running up the 10 line with crossfire on your Moskva position between the B and C island.
I remember one time it was a Petro KOTS thing where like 5 Petros per side where like we are very common. And one team decided to, instead of putting a battleship on the 10 line, to put a Petro on the 10 line, which I still rammed and I lived, so, you know, just Kremlin things.
Warner Brothers against Uma Thurman. Yes, this is the Warner Brothers versus Uma Thurman. Just look at my viewer number. We're up to 1,000. Hello 1,000 people.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Right, we're just waiting on the last couple of players from Uma to get back in the training room, ready up, and then we'll be moving on into game number 2. In the meantime, we'll do the monkey dance for you. No, okay.
No monkey dancing, sorry.
I'm getting called American now.
I just panically realized that there's an audio meter for my fucking webcam mic, but apparently it's not running, so...
Yeah.
Shock averted, because fuck that.
Yeah, I hid mine as well. It was like there, and it's like, why are you there? I don't even
You're scaring me.
I don't even know if my webcam captures audio. Hang on, let me go yell at my microphone. My webcam. Hello! No.
Yeah.
Let's never do that again, by the way. Right. Come on. People.
I know for a fact that my webcam mic is absolutely horrible, so...
Oh yeah, everybody's webcam mic is terrible. We don't want it turned
Why is
on.
it even a thing?
Because some people don't have microphones. Not everybody has a giant boom arm attached to their desk, so they can be like, hello, I am using a giant boom arm attached to my desk, so you can experience my voice in high quality.
Meanwhile, I have, like, the standing thing, which, you know...
Fucking ASMR with Henning, Jesus.
Hello, Painter.
Ah! Never do that again.
In like 5 minutes, chat is gonna like monk us. What's going on?
Yeah. Alright.
There's a 5-minute delay, by the way, for
There is a
everyone that's
5-minute delay.
watching.
For competitive.
If there wasn't a 5-minute delay, we would get into big trouble. So you know.
Yeah. We at this rate we might end up being late for the next game. Come on, we need to get this game going. Come on.
I'm also gonna add that to my stream title. There's a 5-minute delay for, I know.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm losing viewers. Come on.
Oh
Come on,
no!
I know.
My chat is complaining that I turned off the make me blue thing.
Understandable, to be honest with you. I had to turn off all my alerts as well. Like,
look, I would have to like make so many adjustments in StreamYard to like
I don't
let
think
that
you guys
there.
appreciate. I don't think you guys appreciate how fragile our setups are.
Like I would have to like disable follower and sub alerts and all that stuff. It's like weird. They all run over StreamYard at this point. Like my setup isn't even that fragile yet, but it's getting there.
Yes. Right, well, it looks like we have all 18 players in the training room readied up, so we are just waiting on their go, and we'll be on to map number 2 of our first series of the day, Land of Fire. Until then...
Yeah. We're gonna be fucking late for the next match, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Right, well, it depends. If this is a steamroll, we can get into the next game. It's fine.
I mean, we don't really expect a lot of games to go 20 minutes and qualifiers.
No,
That usually just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Especially since the skill discrepancy in qualifiers tends to be fairly high.
It does. There's gonna be some really close games.
Especially today. Tomorrow there's a lot more closer games.
Well,
but today is like the day where all the like high seeds play against the low seeds.
Well, game number 1 is about to... So, game number 2 is about to kick off. WB versus UMA here on Land of Fire. Let's get you into the game scene.
Yeah, it's the first one. Nice.
Yes, WB versus UMA once again. Green team for this game is going to be WB, and they're going to be running Kremlin, St. Vincent, Des Moines, Stalingrad, Minotaur, Marseille, Alvaro de Bazan, Attilio Regolo, and Yu Yang. Henning?
I'm not gonna spend subs for that one. We have Yamato, Ohio, Salem, Moskva, Double Stalin, Shimakaze, Z42, and a Kleber.
Right, this is the first time I've seen an Alvaro de Bazan competitive, and also the first time I think I've actually seen the Attilio Regolo in competitive. Attilio Regolo is a ship with SAP ammunition, very short range, long range torpedoes that do very little damage, but also it has the unique Italian exhaust smoke which follows it around. Alvaro de Bazan.
It also has the emergency speed boost that gives it like 30%, 25% for like 25 seconds.
Secondly, Alvaro de Bazan, the other unique ship in this game, has access to the burst fire button, aka the funny button. You press F, you shoot 4 salvos, and then you can't shoot again for a while. It's an interesting choice, not sure how well it's going to work out. Let's take a look at some builds though and see what's going to be going down. So, WB Yu Yang is going to be running a smoke screen, so he's going to be playing smoke bot for the Des Moines. This Des Moines is actually running a radar. No fighter planes here. Alvaro de Bazan is going to be running RPF and a relatively standard gunboat build, Adrenaline Rush and Turret Traverse. We once again see the Marseille running outnumbered. We have a Kremlin with Swift. We have the Swift and Silence 10-line gamer. He's actually running rudder mod instead of engine mod, so he's not going to be able to make the most of his Swift and Silence inting. We have a St. Vincent with double rudder and range mod. And wait, no, I'm reading that wrong. That's the Minotaur.
The Kremlin does not have risk.
Oh wait, I might have been on the Vincent when I said that. Yeah, I was on the Vincent. Never mind. Yeah, it's quite hard to aim this crosshair. All right, so it's double rudder range mod Minotaur. The Marseille is running relatively standard stuff. It's right. Anyway, yes. And then Stalingrad is actually running Concealment Expert. Right, your spicy builds. Go. What have you found?
Alright, let's have a look. We have a Z42 still running the hybrid torpedo / gun spec with hydro mod and smoke mod. Makes a lot of sense. We have a Stalin without Concealment Expert again, which I just don't understand. Also running turret reverse instead of accuracy mod on 3rd slot, I just realized.
Yeah.
This is really odd. Ohio is running fire prevention now. I like to see that.
The Yamato's running leg mod. Moskva's running some stuff. Honestly, there's nothing.
The second stun is actually running concealment expert. Moskva. This looks like a lot more standard. We have a ranged mod Salem, which is okay. And lastly, a Kleber contesting A. Speaking of which, we have a Kleber contesting A against a kiting force of WB. Shimmer is gonna try to Shimmer's gonna try to reverse into B. It's also pretty much uncontested so far, and the Z42 is gonna touch C.
Yeah, the Z42 is unfortunately caught bow in, and he is going to be running into a world of hurt if he gets spotted with both the Atelier Regolo and the Alvaro de Bazan on top of a Minotaur, Kremlin, Marseille, and St. Vincent. And it looks like, oh no, they didn't spot him. I think that's just blind fire coming out? Or is that just dust on my monitor? That might just be dust. No, it's not. He's shooting at the Stalingrad. Okay. Right, so, this looks like some explosive action might be about to happen over at sea. The Des Moines Yu-Yang combination I'm interested in. I don't know how well the Yu-Yang is going to be able to hold back the Kleber, but honestly, that's not a bad combination.
Z42 is barely inside radar range of the Minotaur if the Minor wants to do that, but instead he just lets the Z42 cap.
I mean, the Minotaur
I'm not looking forward for what's going to happen to that.
Alright, Z42, you are about to suffer. Atelier Regolo, Alvaro de Bazan, Minotaur, all firing shots at this man. He is now... Right, he angles stern into the Minotaur. The Minotaur's not going to be able to get any damage onto him this way because he's going to bounce most of the ammunition. However, he's still being rained on by the Alvaro. But honestly, with the Regolo being sap-based as well, he's going to struggle to deal damage too. So this Z42 managed to get out of there pretty much scot-free.
They're taking way less damage than I expected, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have a heal, so
yeah,
this is still it's still permanent damage, and they did force him away from C, so they're gonna take it themselves. However, honestly, that was a fine trade. The Regolo took 10k in the turn as well, so it's actually just kind of even HP wise. Meanwhile, over at A, we now have the 2-on-2 Kleber Salem versus Yu-Yang Des Moines.
Yeah, Yamato
so this could
for cross shots on that. No, I don't think he gets them actually.
Des Moines is hydroing, so these cross shots from the Shimakaze shouldn't hit anything.
Yeah, Yu-Yang should be able to dodge out of the way of these if he actually turns right now. So if either the Salem or the Des Moines wants to go around the corner, they risk the other one's improved auto bounce angles, and that's just a world of pain. At this point blank range in a buy-one trade, the Salem's increased healing doesn't really matter because you're going to be going full AP and going for the turrets. However, the Salem will have the advantage of being able to heal the turrets back more, because when you press your heal, you also repair damage to modules. So it makes it harder to destroy the turrets. Mechanics
very well documented feature, by the way.
It's really not. 10 line, we have the Marseille St. Vincent gaining a lot of ground for WB, so they should be quite happy with the progress they're making there. And then the Atelier Regolo, Alvaro de Bazan, Minotaur, and Kremlin can all make some dents in it. They do have to be careful that this Kremlin doesn't eat a cross-top from the Shimakaze, which looks like the Shimakaze is going for right now, but I think the Kremlin's just going to stop in the cap in safety. Shouldn't be exposed to those torpedoes too much. Z42 also going for tops. Alright, I need somebody like to just tell me, is something happening over on this flank, because this Kleber has so much rush potential on this Des Moines.
Yeah, I'm like.
Do you remember the game when we casted through?
Yeah, I'm just like looking. Oh, I'm like sitting at the one line with my cam, looking over the entire map because
this
A is extremely explosive. Meanwhile, C is pushing.
Right, if the Kleber of Conde Gaspar turns in, he can get this rush off in the Des Moines completely free. Yu-Yang isn't going to stop him. Kleber just one-shots the Des Moines, not even a question. So that needs to happen soon. That's the key play over there.
Let's go for this. Meanwhile, the push on C is happening, and I don't like what the Stalin is doing. What should happen? Oh god, the Stalin is turning out full boards right now. He's trying it.
Gamer turn! The gamer turn in front of a Kremlin!
The Vincent might be shot blocked? Oh, he's definitely not.
Zero damage.
Well, the Sun is still getting fucked, so...
Oh, yeah. He's
gonna die here.
Suffering right now. Meanwhile, back over at A, is the Kleber going for the
So-
rush? No, he's not.
I think what should have happened here is the Stalin keeps reversing, the Z-42 smokes him up, and he goes to the left of the
Yes.
island he was sitting
You
on.
make a nice little V shape, and then you have full control over B cap still.
Yeah. And you're very safe from the 10-line push at this point until they pushed actually into your spawn. But you have enough forces to actually prevent that.
Kleber's
Even the
going for
Shimmer
around the back.
Yes, meanwhile the Z-42 is being spotted here at 2k HP. He's extremely low and he has a Rigolo up his ass.
Alright, the Kleber turned out, and the Kleber didn't actually go for the YOLO on the back of the Des Moines. I was like, he was going for it, he's not. Right, Z-42 goes down, Stalingrad goes down. It's complete control of C, now in the hands of WB. The Kleber did not go for the full YOLO on the Des Moines. Instead, he just like kind of soft torped them. Salem can't really go around the corner here. Where's Des Moines' turrets looking?
Problem is that Kleber is also taking quite a lot of damage for it, and every time he like does these kinds of Damai plays,
yeah,
it's gonna be more unlikely for him to actually get the Lemoyne kill if he goes for the YOLO.
Yeah, like
he needs to realize that if he trades himself for the Des Moines, this is a net positive for his team.
Yeah, because Salem can just take this cap completely for free, and then you can rotate everything that you've got south of B, you can hard push with it. Yamato is moving forward now. Moskva's completely shot blocked himself, by the way.
The Moskva needs to be extremely careful from the stuff at the 9-10 line.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Vincent is gonna have range soon, so will the Marseille. So he needs to be a bit careful.
I'm kind of slightly disappointed. I thought the Kleber was going to go for the rush. I think he was thinking about it, then he got caught in either Hydra or Radar, and he got spooked and just didn't want to go for it. Even from the stern, you force that, because if the Des Moines goes forward to dodge you, he's running straight into the Salem and his improved auto bounce angles, and then the Salem just kills him for free. Like, it's rock and a hard place situation. Meanwhile, at B, there's a bunch of Shimakaze torpedoes heading towards the Antonio Regolo. Doesn't quite catch him. He's alright there. Alvaro de Bazan has also already passed them. He's fine. Okay. Those looked a little...
But we basically see a repeat of the first game here.
Yeah.
WB is just enveloping UMA, and UMA is just playing way too passive overall.
Mm-hmm.
They did have the beacon for the longest time, but now they're just gonna lose it because all the forces from C can now rotate towards B. And there's nothing UMA can really do about it after the Moskva radar. They're not even using the Moskva radar right now, which is weird. Maybe you should have. Like, that's why you have a Moskva there.
I mean, your Kleber is hard spotted right now, so... I tell you, Regolo pops the smoke. Radar comes out for the Moskva now.
This Kleber is probably gonna die here. I don't think he's living this.
Yeah, he's just suffering. The Yu-Yang's bullying him, the Regolo's bullying him, and he didn't get the trade out for the Des Moines when he could have had it earlier on. Now he's caught in between 3 ships, and he's just suffering. That's... Kleber goes down. That's a 3-ship disadvantage for Uma now, and they are running out of potential plays to make. The only thing they have left is try to make a Salem play on the with a drive-by on the Des Moines, but yeah.
Maybe someone detonates the Shimmer Torps.
Maybe the Des Moines decides to make the play for the Salem. Salem's gun turrets are all looking right towards the Stalingrad, so the Des Moines could probably go for it right now.
I mean, the Des Moines doesn't have to go for it.
Well, I think he is. He's edging slowly forwards. Nah, he's stopping. He's stopping.
He should actually go. We can. Like, if he goes full speed right now, it's a legendary Des Moines. He can go to the right of the Salem before the Salem actually can turn the turrets.
His turrets are prepped for a drive-by, but Salem has
Salem's turning turrets back, so...
Yeah, he misses up the shooting. He is, however, by being in that position, taking damage off his Stalingrad because...
Meanwhile, the Yu-Yang is... Yeah, the Yu-Yang is going for the reverse YOLO right now.
Yeah, this is what the Kleber should have done.
And yeah, this is gonna connect. Salem does not have lag mod, so this is a dead Salem.
There is no unique upgrade for the Salem, but he means he doesn't have access to the Des Moines legendary module with the improved acceleration.
Yeah, Des Moines legendary mod could have dodged that, but not a Salem.
I mean, you would have still had to run against the guns of the Des Moines pointing its guns.
You have to run face first into Des Moines, but you maybe get a ram there and don't just die. But there's nothing they can do.
A very clean game by UMA. Can you quickly run and check? Actually, no, you can't. You're currently casting as well. I was thinking, can we run and check what RX game is and tell them we might be slightly a bit?
Game starts in 3 minutes. We should be fine.
We should be. We just have to speed run it.
Yeah, this game is gonna end in like a minute 10.
Yeah.
If
They're
nothing
barring
else dies.
something explosively eventful. I mean, Alvaro is in a bit of an awful position here, but I don't think there's any.
The Moscow Raider is down for another 10 seconds, and Tita might just run into the Shimmer and kill him, so...
True.
Yep, there it is. There are the shots. And that's a kill.
25 seconds left on the clock.
Moskva's getting absolutely hammered as well.
Oh yeah,
he's waiting right now, but there's nothing he can really kill. He can do some damage to the Rigolo, but everything else from his team is just dead or just really far away. UMA's battleships are also extremely healthy. They didn't really utilize those at all. The Yamato actually has still all 5 heals left. It's just a big shame.
Battleship. It's not his job to tank. Anyway, congratulations WB, who will take the series 2-0. We're gonna go quickly panic and find out what our next game is that we're supposed to be in.
Exactly. So, our